Here we are again. It's been a long time since the General addressed the masses, so once again I am here to talk to all my real fans over right here on YouTube and No DQ. Make sure to join the No DQ forums on Facebook. Link is in the description down below. We just broke 40,000 members, and I assure you, the majority of them are not Indian shitposters, because the General made sure to take care of that problem. We actually had an influx of Indian shitposters for a couple of months, and it got really, really out of hand. But the General handled it. I deleted them, and I threw them over the magnificent No DQ wall where they belong. No illegal members in my No DQ. With that being said, if you are not an Indian shitposter and are a true wrestling fan, join the No DQ group on Facebook. Guys, there are so many things I want to talk about. It's been a long time since the General came out here and addressed the masses. There's a lot of things going on. No DQ's got a lot of drama going on. The wrestling business is in the tank, except for TNA. And, I wanted to discuss some of these things, but I figured I'm going to have a theme for today's show, which I am going to center everything around. And today's theme is New Japan Pro Wrestling and the New Japan marks. Because, guys, as we all know, the wrestling business is full of marks. I deal with them on a daily basis over on No DQ forums. And I have to delete a bunch of these people every single day because they are marks, they are fanboys, they are pathetic, basement-dwelling, pizza roll stuffing, Mountain Dew chugging nobodies. And it's really, really pathetic. But within the mark fanboy community, it's broken down. There's a lot of subcategories there. You got your NXT ninnies, you got your WWE fanboys, you got your Ring of Honor marks, you got your smarks, you got your Indian wrestling fans, which just post spam constantly, which I have to delete. And then you have what I refer to as the New Japandas, which is a name coined by myself, the TNA General, and it basically describes all the marks that go goo goo gaga over fake Japanese wrestling. Strong style. You want to see strong style? There's some strong style. The TNA General is the only strong style that is relevant right here on No DQ and on YouTube to all my followers and millions of admirers. As you can see, I am rocking the wife beater today. Had a sick workout, got my pump in today. I've been working out the last 6 months and I feel great. I feel better than ever, stronger than ever, and ready to tackle any and all forms of fanboyism. So I'm going to discuss New Japan really soon, but see, it kind of goes into the topic I wanted to talk about as well, which is the Royal Rumble. Now, I am the TNA General. I don't watch WWE garbage. I don't care about the WWE entertainment. Ratings speak for themselves. People are tuning out every week in droves, and it's because it's a poor product. But at the same time, I do hear what's going on because I am a moderator over on No DQ, so I know what's going on more or less in the wrestling world based on what people post. So, about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, at the Royal Rumble, you had two Japanese wrestlers, Asuka for the female division and Nukumaru for the male division, and they both won the Royal Rumble respectively, meaning two Japanese wrestlers are now going to be taking center stage at WrestleMania, which is supposedly your biggest event of the year. And this really baffles me, and the more I think about it, the less sense it makes, because these people try to emulate New Japan, but New Japan has nothing to offer. As a matter of fact, New Japan Pro Wrestling is probably the worst wrestling product out right now. It's all the way at the bottom of the barrel. Even NXT is better. Even Ring of Honor, even the local indie shows that they put on here in the States are better. House of Glory, whatever other indie shows there are, anything is better than that steaming pile of garbage. And you fanboys eat it up, and I'm baffled by it. So, of course, the general has to come here to educate you because you people can't, I mean, you can't do anything without the general. You are all a bunch of helpless bums. So, with that being said, let me get into my list of why New Japan sucks and why the wrestling Japanese fanboys are a cancer that are dragging down the value of wrestling fans. Number one, we have the Wrestle Kingdom obsession. Now, I swear, I have never, ever seen anyone as obsessed as these people are about their Wrestle Kingdom. They claim it's better than WrestleMania, and I am not a WWE fan by any stretch of the imagination, but better than WrestleMania? Are you people out of your minds? I mean, there's nothing going on in that show. You look at these Japanese wrestlers, they all look the same. I can't tell the difference between them. They all look identical, like clones of each other. There's no stories, there's no character development, nothing. They have their strong style in which they try to pretend like it's a shoot and like they're really fighting, but they're really not fighting. You marks just convinced yourselves that they're really fighting, but they're not. It's scripted. But they're still going out there and killing each other for pennies because, you know, they're not making a lot of money. They're not drawing money. They're not putting asses in seats like TNA does. But, I mean, this obsession with Wrestle Kingdom, it's, you know, it's one thing if it was at least airing at a normal time where these fanboys could watch it. But when it airs over in Japan, it airs at like 3, 4 in the morning over here. You literally have fanboys taking naps for a few hours before the event so they could stay up and watch the show from 3 in the morning till 7, 8 a.m., whatever the hell it is. It is so sad. I mean, I wouldn't stay up to watch anything that late, no matter how good it is. And you guys are staying up to watch garbage. It's so pathetic. But I guess the bar has just been lowered that much further since the last video I've made that you fanboys just go crazy over fake Japanese wrestling. And you guys don't even understand what they're saying. Not that they're saying much because it's all wrestling with no promos, no builds, and no characters. But at the same time, you're going to watch it and you're going to put it over. Oh, this was a 6-star match. This was a 7 3/4 star match. This was an 8.5 star match. But yet, I don't even know the names of these people. Unless I can't even pronounce their names. So, you know, they're nobodies. I don't know who the hell they are. You know, they can be working at the sushi store, serving me my sushi, and I wouldn't know who the hell they are. And maybe that's what they should do. Maybe they should go to serving sushi. At least that's ethnically appropriate. I mean, leave wrestling to the pros. You guys don't know what the hell you're doing over there. And you fanboys getting all excited for it. Craziness. Reason number 2 why New Japan sucks and why New Japan fanboys are cancer. New Japan always, I mean, if you pay attention, you know, these fanboys are always putting over New Japan and how great it is. If New Japan is so great, then why do they always have to rely on foreign stars to put asses in seats? Think about it for a second. Going back to the 80s, where they had Big Van Vader, you know, they had Hulk Hogan briefly. I mean, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega's from Canada, but yeah, he's relatively big in the indie community, bigger than any of these Japs, I'll tell you that much for sure. The Young Bucks, the Bullet Club, or as they say, the Bullet Club. You know, these are all American / Canadian / European stars, and the New Japan does have to rely on these stars to make money. What does that tell you? That tells you that the Japanese need to emulate the American stars in order to be successful and relevant. But you fanboys think the other way around because your thinking is backwards. They need American stars to succeed, and yet you're going to go and take their Japanese rejects, bring them to America, and not only are you going to petition to have them in main events and whatnot, because of you, the WWE was pressured to have Nukumaru and Aksa as the winners of the Rumble. 2 people that can't even speak English. They can't even speak the language of the country they're in. And now they're challenging for the Rumble? What are the promos going to be between Nukumaru and Brock Lesnar? What are the promos going to be? I mean, he doesn't even have a translator. When Del Rio was in the WWE, he had a translator, and his English is great. So why not Nukumaru, where he can't speak a lick of English? Why doesn't he have a translator? or subtitles like they do in animes. I mean, he's from Japan, right? Anime's from Japan too. Like, why don't they just have subtitles for him? We're watching it on TV anyway. I mean, I'm not. You people are because you're marks. But still, really, really sad. Which brings us to point number 3, and I already touched upon this. The Japanese never drew a dime. New Japan doesn't make any money. The only money they make is from fanboy marks from America who are sending them their money because they think it's the hot product. But really, they don't make money within their country. You know, the Japanese have a lot of other booming industries, like anime, and sushi, and fish. They're not going to invest in wrestling. They don't watch that stuff. Sumo, maybe. Wrestling, no. So the Japanese, we've established, had to rely on American stars to make a little money, to make ends meet, and they don't draw a dime on their own. So that's that. I mean, you look at any Japanese wrestler that ever came to America, no one's ever drew a dime. No one's ever been relevant. I don't even remember any of them. So, irrelevant. Reason number 4 is the Japanese wrestlers are reckless and often get injured. And this ties in with the whole strong style law, where they're just like chopping each other across the chest and forearms and all that stuff. And they're killing themselves for pennies on the dollar. They're not making any profit, and they're injuring themselves. So you have to keep rotating these Japanese wrestlers. That's why there's so many young ones, because a lot of the veterans get injured constantly because they're reckless. You know, they try to pop the crowd. They try to please the marks. So they're reckless. They get injured, and then they have to replace them with younger talent. But at least the good thing is that old Japs look alike, so you can replace them seamlessly, and it doesn't affect the storylines. Oh, wait, there are no storylines. My bad. That brings us to point number 5. No characters or storylines. And that's really the gist of it. For characters, for wrestlers to get over, they need to have characters. Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Andre the Giant, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. You know, you look at some of the greats, and they got over because they had character and personality. Not like these bland noodle stuffers. I mean, these people can't work a character or a gimmick to save their rice. I mean, it's really, really sad. And, you know, because you fanboys are so obsessed with that Japanese culture, you inadvertently pushed the WWE to have Japanese people challenge at the Royal Rumble. It's going to be boring. I mean, I'm not going to be watching it. I'm going to be watching Bound for Glory and Impact on Pop, which, by the way, airs on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Pop TV. You know, I'm not watching WWE. I'm a TNA soldier. I'm the TNA General. I am the No DQ General. I have a responsibility to come out here and share the truth with you, because nobody else will. Everyone's too wrapped up in their fanboyism to think objectively. The General is the only one that thinks ahead of the curve and outside of the bubble. And that's why you have to know that the only source of true information is from the General. Because as we all know, the General only speaks the truth. So that's it, guys. I think I've made my case. I mean, it's a done deal. It's a shut case. I've made my case against the New Japandas, the fanboys that go crazy for that kind of wrestling. And that's it. You know, we're going to have Nakamura and Brock Lesnar, which is going to be a complete joke. You know, Nakamura literally, I mean, what's his character? What's his character? The guy's an epileptic sushi chef. He's an epileptic dancer. What's his character? He has the gum protector, and what does he do? He doesn't do anything. Go eat some Pocky, Nakamura. You're irrelevant. Brock Lesnar will crush you. So that's it, fanboys. Until the next episode, TNA General out. Don't forget to join No DQ forums on Facebook. Link down below.